All right, Bart Dickinson with Top Shoes is here with us to talk about being proactive with foot health and ways to prevent injuries. And I know firsthand that this helps tremendously. Bart, something like this is what we normally see in a tennis shoe, which has like no support.
Yeah, any shoe.
Very little.
Yeah, that's what we were showing. So, this is just a model of the foot, but hold this up, and you can see, I want to zoom in here, but to see the space between like the arch, and so there's really nothing benefiting you except a little bit of cushion. But the process that we do, we have kind of a different selection of components. Think of it like a kitchen with all these different ingredients in it. We have different amounts of support. These are pieces of carbon fiber-like material that when they're heated, they're formed and they take their shape. So we start with putting the recipe that best fits you. So whether you're an athlete, we had Taylor in here before.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a
right.
runner for OBU. Football, basketball, baseball, every sport's a little different. We can tailor make the footbed, the insole for that, or just an everyday. We're really, okay, what happened with your case is you got them after you were injured.
Right, so I was telling him that in middle school I was playing basketball a lot and my knees and ankles were hurting, and so I had to get insoles. So that was after the fact.
Yeah, so I'm about like, well, why didn't you have these before you started?
I didn't know I needed them.
Right, well, a lot of people don't, but that's the whole idea. We're trying to change the mentality, okay? Be proactive with your feet, because what you get from the store is nothing compared to, think of a kid's Lego, how they fit together. Okay, if you can see that good, that's a perfect fit. I mean, that's completely touching everything, cradling the foot. It cuts down on friction, it cuts down on movement, it cuts down on, the shear forces of inside the shoe. It also gives you stability. It makes your marriage between the shoe, your foot, and the ground all
so your foot itself isn't having to overcompensate, needing to
work harder. Yeah, it doesn't have to work harder. It's good to have some movement. Now, the problem with the typical orthotic is it controls the motion of the foot completely to where it limits the range of motion that your foot has naturally. That's not always a good thing. I mean, you're a good athlete because of your range of motion. You're a good athlete because your foot's allowed to move fluidly. So we don't want to stop that because that restricts you as an athlete.
This will absolutely make you better as an athlete if you get this. My question about you mentioned the recipe, which I thought was a fantastic analogy. Does the recipe that you use depend mostly on the person or the shoe or both?
Both. You take a lot of factors in: weight, size, shape of the foot, type of shoe. Whether it be a basketball shoe, football cleat, soccer shoe. They're all different. So all those things go into play. And then what's going on with your feet? Do you have a really flexible foot? Is your foot more rigid? You have a high arch, you have a low arch. All those things take into factor. So that's why it's cool. It's one size, doesn't fit all. It's different things for different feet.
Unique, just like your fingerprints, right?
And we're really trying to get this on athletes. So I went to the Power 5 conference last week, talked to all the college teams about it. We're making a trip next week up to New York for one of the pro football teams to show them this. So we're working with different pro teams, different college teams. They're seeing the benefits of it. They're using them. They're seeing a decrease in injury. They're also just seeing an overall increase in comfort and less tired at the end of the practice, end of the day. So those are all good things to hear. It's just changing, like I said, the mentality of let's wait till you get hurt and then we'll go get something. No, this is whether you work for a living, your feet are your career.
No question about it.
And
think about a multi-million-dollar athlete.
Sure. I mean, it's a big deal then, but just the everyday guy or girl, if they can't go to work because their feet hurt, it's
a big deal.
It's a big deal. Same way with the athlete. Of course, it's magnitude, there because it's but this is, so let's get something that's going to help prevent the injury from happening. So like in your case, back then, you wouldn't have had to miss any time. You wouldn't have had to be in pain. You wouldn't have to be hurting. So, this just changed the whole, that's why we're here trying to talk about being proactive.
I love that.
I think it's a great idea. And Bart's being modest, by the way. These are household pro teams that you would know instantly if he
We can't say their
it out
names.
loud. We're not going to say it out loud. But Bart, tell folks where you are and how they can come get this done.
We're in Benton. We have 4 stores, but this has kind of been launched out of our Benton store. So come there, the one on I-30, and you know, if you have any questions, sure call us. But we'd be glad to answer any questions or help you out.
Perfect. I know that it's a process, but it's not a long process, so you can help people.
No, this is
really
something you can come and leave the same day. It takes less than an hour.
Love it.
So, I mean, it's very quick. So you don't have to wait 2 weeks to get it. I mean, you leave with the same day.
Bart, thank you so much. We're going to have more Good Morning Arkansas after this break.
Continued success, but